Tim Allen, the beloved star known for his role as Tim, the toolman Taylor on the long-running sitcom Home Improvement, has opened up about the personal and professional hurdles he faced when it came to stepping into a mentorship position with his younger co-stars. The show, which aired for 8 seasons and centered on Taylor's life as a television host of a home improvement program called Tool Time, featured Allen surrounded by an on-screen family that included his wife Jill and their 3 sons, Brad, Randy, and Mark. These characters were portrayed by young actors Zachery Ty Bryan, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and Taran Noah Smith, respectively, who were all children or teenagers during much of the series' run. In a recent candid conversation, Allen admitted that assuming the role of a father figure and mentor to these young performers did not come easily or instinctively to him, especially early in his career. He described how the dynamic initially felt more like that of a playful, mischievous older brother rather than a guiding parental authority. This admission highlights the contrast between his on-screen persona as a confident, tool-wielding dad and the reality of navigating real-life responsibilities toward impressionable young cast members on set. Allen explained that the transition into mentorship was gradual and often challenging. He noted that while it might seem straightforward to act as a TV parent in light-hearted scenes, the genuine difficulties of being a supportive figure in tougher moments made him question his own value in that capacity. When things were easy, he could slip into the role effortlessly, but when real guidance was needed, particularly during the complexities of adolescence or the pressures of child stardom, he found himself struggling to provide meaningful direction. He reflected that in those instances, a TV parent who couldn't rise to the occasion offered little true benefit to the young actors relying on them. Looking back on that period, Allen emphasized how inexperienced he was at the time. The show marked the launch of his major sitcom career, and he was still finding his footing in Hollywood after years of stand-up comedy. Being thrust into a position where he was expected to guide children through the entertainment industry felt overwhelming. He described it as very difficult to even come close to being a mentor or reliable guide for the home improvement kids, as he affectionately referred to them. The passage of time has allowed him to gain perspective, and he acknowledged that some of his former co-stars endured significant personal hardships and traumas later in life, which added layers of regret and introspection to his memories of those early days. Despite these challenges, Allen stressed that the young actors all came from strong family backgrounds with supportive parents who played a primary role in their upbringing and well-being. This realization eased some of his self-imposed pressure, as he recognized that he wasn't solely responsible for their development. He pointed out that the parents were instrumental in providing stability, which allowed the set environment to remain positive even when he felt out of his depth. Over the years, Allen's approach to mentorship has evolved considerably. He shared that it wasn't until much later in his career, after gaining more experience through subsequent projects, that he truly embraced the role of a mentor on set. This growth is evident in his work on later shows, where he has taken on more of a guiding, supportive presence for newer cast members. The contrast between his early days on Home Improvement and his current mindset underscores a personal journey of maturation, both as an actor and as someone entrusted with influencing younger talents. Allen also touched on the enduring bonds formed during those years. He views his former co-stars not just as colleagues but as family, having spent 8 formative years working closely with them. The playful, brotherly dynamic he initially adopted helped foster camaraderie, even if it delayed his ability to offer deeper guidance. In hindsight, he appreciates how those experiences shaped him, teaching him patience, empathy, and the importance of stepping up when it matters most. The reflection comes at a point in Allen's career where he continues to thrive, balancing nostalgia for past successes with ongoing projects. Home Improvement remains a cultural touchstone for many, celebrated for its humor, family themes, and Allen's signature comedic style. Yet, his honest admission about the difficulties of mentorship adds depth to that legacy, reminding fans that even the most iconic TV dads face real-world uncertainties when it comes to real people behind the characters. This candid look into Allen's past reveals a man who has grown tremendously since those early days. From feeling like an ill-equipped older sibling to confidently assuming mentorship roles later on, his story illustrates the challenges and rewards of working in an industry that often places heavy responsibilities on individuals who are still learning themselves. Ultimately, Allen's willingness to share these vulnerabilities highlights his respect for the young actors he worked with and his appreciation for the journey that helped him become a better guide and colleague.